Hello to everybody, and I am welcoming all of you people to listen the online classes. And the classes were conducted by our beloved institution, Diamond Group of Institution, and I am P. Chandrasekhar, Faculty of Zoology. Just today we are supposed to discuss some of the questions related with the ecology and environment. Of course, you know that irrespective of KSET and NEET, and there is a lot of importance is so far given to our ecology and environment. One among the ecology and environment, that is called the organism and population itself. Some of the important questions are supposed to discuss in today class. Okay, and the topic is the organisms and population itself. So organisms and population, now the questions are like this. When one population is armed and the other remains unaffected, the relationship is called as. Now options are like this. Of course you know that. So different living organisms are together living in a common niche or common environments or in nature itself. Every organism is badly in need of the help of other organism also. For sake of getting shelter, for sake of getting the food particle, for sake of mating purpose, and so many organisms are depends on other organism also. On the basis of that, and the living style of the two different organisms which are belongs to different species are leading together for a longer period, which are simply called as the symbiotic life. The symbiosis, the symbiotic life of the living organisms are simply classified into the following types itself: amensalism, mutualism, commensalism, predation, of course parasitism, and of course the parasitism itself. And predation is the exceptional, not included under symbiotic life, because of the predation is the one of the nutritive strategy itself. So what I said, amensalism, commensalism, mutualism, and of course parasitism, these are very important symbiotic association. So one among this association, the question is asking that in close association of the two of the organisms of two different species, one population or one species may be affected and another one is not affected. What is the name of the symbiotic association itself? The options are like this: amensalism. Of course, what I said, amensalism is the perfect answer for this, that is included under A. And in case of B, predation. What I said, predation is the nutritive strategy. In which nutritive strategy, so one organism is naturally killed and killed another organism for sake of its own food particles. It's the best example is the cat and rat, tiger and deer, or lion and deer also. Here the carnivores, majority of the carnivores are naturally become a predator, and whatever the prey are become food particles to the predator. That the relationship in between predator to the prey, that will be called as the predation itself. And of course here see the proto-cooperation. Of course here in close association of the two of the different organisms, they are sharing and they are interacting with each other for sake of benefit of both the organism. Of course both the organisms are not interacted, though they can be lead independent life itself. Okay, that is itself is called proto-cooperation itself. And D, the parasitism. You know that in parasitism, two different organisms are closely associated with each other to lead a parasitic life. In parasitism, the beneficial organism can be named as a parasite, and naturally the armed and adversely affected organism can be named as the host itself. Among A, B, C, D, the A option is correct option for this. That is called amensalism. Now we go for the next question. The rate of individuals taking birth per 1,000 per year is called. Of course you know that only one of the individual may be born or take birth, that will be called as the birth, but not meaning of what is the meaning of birth rate. That means the unit of the time, and whatever the new births per 100, whatever the new births per 1000 per unit time, that will be called as the natality rate. Like that, the number of deaths per 1000 population per unit time, certainly that will be called as the mortality rate. The death of the single organism can be named as the dead organism. But here, at least the natality and mortality rate is measured in per the 1000 population or 1000 individuals of a population can be defined as the mortality means death rate, and vital rate means here the vital rate naturally that is the accuracy or else the number of individuals per 1000 can be taken as the vital rate itself. And see the natality rate, the new births as per 1000 per year itself is called natality rate, and D is the growth rate itself. If the rate of individuals taking birth per 1000 per year is called natality rate itself. So among A, B, C, D, A is not related and B is also not, and C is the only related answer for this, and D is the also not related this growth rate itself. That means the natality, the correct option for this question, that is under C option itself. Now go for the third question. So which one of the following is important for speciation? So speciation, you know, just according to the environmental condition, and during the course of evolution, certainly the mutations, genetic drift and so many factors are present in the nature. Some of the factors are naturally impact on the different organism to leads into development of new species also. Among just the question is asking that which of the factor is adversely affect or adversely influence on the organism to develop into new species itself. Now the options are given like this. Continue, sir, from the beginning. So all the way the four of the options are so far given. The seasonal isolation, that means according to the adverse condition or according to the season, some of the organism can be migrated from one area to the another area to produce their own number. They can able to produce the more number of their offspring, that will be not leads into isolation. So that is not leads into a speciation itself. B option is the reproductive isolation. So two of the organism are the individuals of the just here their number of individuals of one species maybe are naturally separated from each other. The individuals of one species or may not be participating in the reproduction, that will be called as the reproductive isolation itself. So in longer time, certainly the reproductive isolation is one of the source to leads into formation of the speciation, or that will be leads into speciation. The reproductive isolation is one of the process through which process the new species can be developed within the nature itself. That's why the B option is the correct option for this question. And after that, the behavioral isolation. The behavioral isolation is not helpful in the speciation itself, and whereas a temporal isolation. So it is also not related this, and among the A, B, C, D, the B option is the correct option for this. The reproductive isolation is the only way, and through which the speciation or there is a development of new species within the environmental condition can be named as the reproductive isolation is leads into speciation. So that's why the B option is the correct option. Now you go for the next option. Abundance of a species population within its habitat is called. Of course you know that the habitat is nothing but the place where the living organism leading its life itself. Not only that, here while it is leads its life in a different habitats like aquatic medium, terrestrial medium and arboreal, of course. So irrespective of the mediums, and what is the role and what is the profession is performed by the organism can be named as the niche itself. Now the question is asking that abundance of a species population within its habitat is called absolute density. You know that density is nothing but number of individuals per unit area is can be named by the density itself. The absolute density is not related, and of course whatever the mass of the organism can be confined to the one of the region or one of the area can be named by the regional density, and the comparison of the density of two different populations can be named by the relative density itself. The D is the niche density is the correct option for this. That means the maximum number of the organisms are confined to the one of the ecosystem, and one of the niche is called a niche density itself. What is the niche? The functional performance of the individual organism of a species can be named as the niche density itself. Among A, B, C, D, the D option is correct option for this. That is the niche density itself. Now we go for the next question. A terrestrial animal must be able to. So here they actively pump salts out through the skin. Of course, it is not related. Excrete large amounts of salts in urine also. It is also not related. And C, they excrete large amount of water in urine. It is also not related. And only the D option is the correct option, the conserve water itself. Because of the terrestrial organisms are the only organisms which are truly facing the scarcity of the water itself. In order to conserve the water, there are all. The most of the terrestrial organisms are adopted a specific adaptive character for sake of conservation of the water itself. So that's why particularly the organisms which are confined to the deserts environment, certainly they are truly facing the scarcity of the water. We studied that camel and desert lizards and kangaroo rat, and so many examples are so far studied. Every terrestrial organism has to conserve the water itself. That is the main important character of terrestrial organism. Among A, B, C, D, the D option is the correct option for this. Now we go for the next. Praying mantis is a good example of. Of course, what I said now, so many organisms are adopted, so many adaptive characters to protect themselves from their natural enemy. So one among the insects of the arthropoda, that is called praying mantis. The praying mantis is the best example for the camouflaging. What do you mean of camouflaging? Here changing of its body color, and which matches the ground color or environment. Certainly that is the best example for the camouflage itself. Mullerian mimicry. Just here, it is also not related to this. And see, the warning coloration is also not related to this. And social insect is also not related to this. Only A option is well suited for the praying mantis. So according to the environmental conditions or according to its enemies or the effect of enemies, the praying mantis is always changing its body color in order to escape from their natural enemies. That process can be named by the camouflage itself. So that's why A option is correct option for this. And after that, which of the following law of evolution state that warm-blooded mammals of hot and humid areas have abundant melanin pigment itself? Here the Dollos law is always explained in different manner. Here whatever the structure and as well as function of organism is so far developed during the course of evolution, it do not reappear in the evolutionary course itself. That is the Dollos and Gloger principle. According to the Gloger principle, the intensity of the light and the intensity of the temperature is more, and those organisms can be producing the more amount and more number of the melanocytic cells. Due to the more production of the melanocytic cell, that will be leads into dark color of the body itself. If the effect of the temperature is narrow or else less, and according to that, less number of the melanocytic cells can be developed and wood skin is light in color. So that's why here particularly the organism which are facing the high intensity of the temperature, certainly there is a production of more melatonin pigmentic cells itself. That principle is related, this the Glover principle or Glover light cell, and whereas Cope's law. So here the Cope's law is always, during the course of evolution, the size of the body is always increases in a linear manner itself. And Grasse principle, the Grasse principle is nothing but a competitive exclusion itself. That means two of the organisms of a species may be competing for a similar source of the limited source of the food particles. The superior competitor is naturally eliminate the inferior competitor. That will be called as the Grasse law itself. Among A, B, C, D, only the Glugger principle or the Glugger law, Glover's law is related with this question. That's why the B option is correct option for this. Now, 8th question is the competition of species leads into. What I said now, if the limited resource of the food particles may be present in any of the ecosystem, and the superior competitor is always dominated over an inferior competitor. So, due to the effect of superior competitors, the inferior competitors are gradually eliminated from the ecosystem and eliminated and extinct from the nature itself. That will be called as the competition is leads into extinction itself. Now, the 4 of the options are given like this. A option is extinction. A option is related to this question. That's why A option is correct for this. B, the mutation. The sudden changes or the sudden change can be affected in the one character of the organism by the effect of environmental condition. It is not at all related to this. And C, the symbiosis. The close association of two different organisms of two different species can be named as symbiosis itself. And after that, greater number of the niches. It is also not related to this. Only among the A, B, C, D, A option is correct option for this question. That's why opting the A option itself. Now you go for July 11 is observed as the World Population Day itself. And here B is the No Tobacco Day. This is also not related. See, the World Environmental Day, it is another day. It may be considered the World Environmental Day and the World Health Day also. It is not so. The World Health Day is not considered this July 11th. Only the World Population Day is treated and celebrated by the world people on July 11th itself. Of course, today is the July 11th and it is going say the World Population Day is celebrated throughout the global itself. That's why A option is correct option for this. Now next question is which one represents a mutualistic of fungus with the roots of higher plants itself. What I said, in the nature so many living organisms are closely associated with each other for sake of getting the benefits from both the organism itself. That is what is the name of the symbiotic life? That will be called as the mutualism itself. Here, if the fungus, just here, what is the given is which one represents a mutualistic of fungus with the fungi is associated with the roots of the higher plant, which is itself is called mycorrhiza itself. So here the fungi, the decomposer, one among the decomposer, which is helpful to the roots of the higher plants and helpful to fixing the nitrogen itself. So the plants are not supposed to synthesize its own needed nitrates itself. For sake of that, the fungus, when it is associated with the roots of the higher plants, it is the one of the way or one of the source to supply the nitrates to the higher plants. In turn, it is getting protection, shelter, and all the photosynthetic food particles are available to the fungus itself. The close association of the fungus along with the roots of the higher plant can be named as the mycorrhiza itself. So that's why they are the first option or A option is related to this question. And B is the mycoplasma, it is the bacterial organism. And whereas lichen is also one more example, which is close association in between the fungus to the algae, that is called lichen. And myxomycetes is also not related to this. So that's why among A, B, C, D, the A option is correct option for this. Now we go for the next. The niche is defined as niche. What is said? Not only the living organisms are living together in a particular ecosystem, and how they are interacting with the other organism functionally, or the profession of the living organism is also named as the niche by a greatest animal ecologist, that is called Odum. Odum is the name of the scientist who defined as the profession or functional activity or functional role of the organism in a habitat is itself is called niche. Now the four of the options are so far given. The A option is the position of species in a community in relation to the other species. Only it is not related this. And B is the place where an organism lives. That will be called as the habitat. And C is the place where an organism lives and perform its duty itself. For duty is nothing but functional role or profession of the organism can be named as the duty itself. So the C option is related to this question and D is the none. It is also not related, and C option among the A, B, C, D, the C option is the correct option for this question. Now I to opting the C option and the correct one. Now we go for the next question. The species though insignificant number. That means whatever the species are limited in number, but they determine the existence of many other species in a given ecosystem. Such species is known as, they are simply called as the keystone species itself. They can be decide the existence of other organisms or other species while living together in a same ecosystem. That is a very important role is played by one kind of the species for the existence of other organisms or other species in same ecosystem can be named as the keystone species itself. Now the options are given like this. Endemic species. What do you mean of endemic species? Means endemic species are confined to the one of the some of the ecosystem and which are not normally present in all the global earth itself. They are confined to the some of the specific areas and specific regions or specific ecosystems itself. They are simply called as the endemic species itself. For example, kangaroo. It is confined to the Tasmania of the Australia. It is not supposed to present in other than Tasmania of the Australia itself. And sacred grouse also, or sacred species. What do you mean of sacred? So some of the tribal people can be treated the wild animals. They are selected some of the wild animals and wild plants once they are decided them as the gods. Certainly some of the tribal people are giving a well protection to sacred grouse, and they are what to select the plants and animals. They believe them as the gods itself. So the places are what they selected animals and plants where they are present in the different regions of the tribal areas. They are simply called as the sacred species itself. Just we say, I will give the sacred grouse as the best example where the wild animals and wild plants can be present. That is the Chanda and Bastar, Kasi and Jontia. So these are the some of the sacred grouse, in which sacred grouse, the number of animals and number of plants can be present. They are simply called as the sacred species. And see the extinct species. Once upon a time they lived in the nature, but now they are no more else itself. They are simply called as the extinct species itself. Dodo. And of course that is the best example. That is the dodo bird of the Martius. Once upon a time they lived in the nature, but now no more else itself. The D is the keystone species. What I said, the keystone species is the best example for this question, and the D option is the correct option for this. Now we go for the next one. Lichens are the association of, what I said, the lichens is the best example for the mutualistic organism itself. So the fungi and as well as the algae are closely associated each other for leading a symbiotic or mutualistic symbiotic life, in which the fungus is getting benefited from the algae, vice versa. So algae is also getting the benefit from the algae, just fungus itself. Okay. Now here just the ABCD options are given like this: bacteria and fungus. It is not an example of lichen. And B, the algae and bacteria, which is also not related to the lichens. And C option is the fungus and the algae. This is the correct option for this, the lichens itself. That's why the C option is the correct option for this question. And D, the fungus and virus. The fungus and virus is not an example of lichen itself. So now I am opting the C option is the correct option for this. Now we go for the next one. A population has more young individuals. A population has more young individuals compared to the population after some year itself. So if just so you know that the population is simply filled with the different aged people itself. On the basis of age of the people, all the people of society or people of one area is simply classified into three of the stages itself. Pre-reproductive age, and 18 up to 18 years old people can be comes into the pre-reproductive, and reproductive aged people in between 20 to 50 years of the aged people will be comes into the reproductive aged people, and above the 50 or 60 years certainly all of these people are comes under a post-reproductive aged people itself. You take any population which is filled with more of the pre-reproductive aged people, and naturally that population is going to be increases within the span of the period itself. Within the few years, certainly that population can be increases a lot because of it is filled with the pre-reproductive age. That means the natality rate is more than mortality rate. So naturally, how long the natality rate is increases, that population is supposed to increases in size itself. Now the four of the options are given like this. A option it will decrease. When it is decreases, the rate of mortality is more than rate of natality. So here it will decrease. No, this option is not true. And B, it will stable, but because of it never stable, because of the natality rate is not equal to the mortality rate itself. That's why the B option is also not right to this. And C option is the correct option. It will be increases. What I said? The natality rate is more than the mortality rate due to the presence of pre-reproductive aged people more in that population. That's why C option is related and C option is correct. And D option, it will first decline. It is also not related this. Now you go for the next one. Which of the following is not a factor that would limit the growth of a population itself? Now A is the food shortage, and of course food shortage is not so impact on that. And B, the immigration. And immigration is also not a factor to impact or limit the growth of the population itself. C, the disease itself. So of course it not eradicate or not kill all the individuals of a population. And D, the famine itself. Highly or else extremely the scarcity of the food particles may be affected in the ecosystem. That will be adversely affect the growth of the population itself, or it adversely affect on the population itself. That's why among A, B, C, D, the D option is not a factor itself. Now D option is correct for this. Now we go for the 16th question. Opuntia has spine-like leaves which helps in. Of course, Opuntia and Casuarina like plants are mostly they lead their life in the desert environments itself. And they are unable to get the water. They are normally in a natural condition. The Opuntia like desert plants are not going to be get a proper and sufficient amount of the water itself. For sake of maintaining, for sake of facing the scarcity, for sake of conserving the water, certainly there are adopted a specific characters like Opuntia itself. Now the options are given like that. Why the leaves are converted into spines? In order to minimize the loss of the water through the transpiration itself, in order to minimize the evaporation of the water through the stomatal pores, and stomatal pores are naturally confined to the leaves of the Opuntia. That's why So to preserve to prevent the loss of water, and the leaves of the opentia are simply just modified into the spines-like structures itself. Now the options are given like this. A option, reducing the rate of transpiration. A option is correct, reducing the rate of transpiration. So in that way, they can be conserve the loss of water through the transpiration itself. B option is increasing the rate of transpiration. It is not related. And C, the increase the rate of photosynthesis. It is not at all concerned. And D option also, reducing the rate of photosynthesis. These are B, C, D are not related to this. Only A option is correct option for opentia, and whose leaves are modified into the spine to reducing the rate of transpiration itself. So that's why A option is correct for this. Now you go for the next one. When organisms change their location to escape from the harsh environment, it is called as. It is naturally, just in order to avoid the environmental conditions. Certainly, they are opting to migrate or escape or transmitted from one place to the another place. So that will be called as the migration itself. The four of the options are given. Now hibernation. So the amphibian, or the best example is the frog is undergoes hibernation. During the winter, unavoidable conditions are present in the winter season. Certainly the frog wants to avoid the unfavorable condition during the winter. Certainly they dig out the burrows and hide it in, and the rate of metabolic activities can be decreased a lot. Sleeping during the winter can be named as the hibernation. It is a temporary process. And B, the vernalization itself. And it is also not concerned with the vernalization. And C, the migration. What I said, so to avoid in unfavorable conditions, some of the organisms are migrated from one area to the another area. That will be called as the migration. The best example is the Siberian goat. So during the winter, from the Siberia, it is transmitted or migrated to the Pulicat and the Pulicat Lake of Andhra Pradesh, settle for a while to improve their offsprings and come back to its original place. That is called migration. And D is the estivation. This is also one more method, that is the estivation during the summer session or summer season. The unavoidable conditions can be present. Particularly the frog-like amphibian, to avoid the extreme conditions of the summer, it dig out the burrows and hide it to avoid the extreme conditions of the summer, can be named by the estivation itself. Hibernation and estivation, and B vernalization is a temporary thing. Just to see the migration means transmitting and migrated from one place to the another place temporarily and come back to its original position after arrival of the suitable condition, can be named as the migration itself. So the C option is related to this question itself. And the last question, that is which of the following option is correct? Now the following options are so far, the options are given like this. So two of the options are given, like two of the groups are so far given, homeothermic and poikilothermic organism. You know that homeothermic means the organism which can be maintain the constant body temperature forever. And here poikilothermic organism means they are unable to maintain the constant body temperature. They rely on the environmental temperature. So it means that according to the environmental temperature, the temperature of their body is also gradually changes. So that nature of the organism can be named as the poikilothermic organism or else cold-blooded organism also. Now here the option is given, man and cow. So man belongs to the mammalia and cow is also belongs to the mammalia class. So that's why the option is not related. This not correct. And B, the cockroach is the invertebrate. It is not at all a homeothermic, whereas man is also not related to the, not comes under poikilothermic organism. That's why both the options are not correct here, which are included under B itself. Now B is also not correct. C is the lizard. Lizard is the, of course, only dozen lizards are the best example for homeothermic, but here the particular word is not given. That's why lizard not a homeothermic, and frog is the poikilothermic organism. But the C option is also not correct. And D option is the cow. Cow is naturally belongs to the Mammalia class, which is simply called as the homeothermic organism, whereas frog is belongs to the amphibian class of the vertebrate, which is naturally comes under poikilothermic organism. That's why, so among A, B, C, D, the D option is the correct option for this. Now I am selecting the D itself. In that way, I am concluding today's class, and tomorrow or next class will take another topic of the ecology and environment itself.